Lyra's fingers danced across the biometric interface, coaxing life into the barren asteroid beneath her feet. Around her, the dome of the terraforming station hummed with energy, a fragile bubble of atmosphere in the void of space. "Come on," she whispered, willing the engineered microorganisms to take hold in the rocky soil. After months of failure, this was their last chance to prove the viability of asteroid colonization. A chime from her wrist communicator broke her concentration. "Lyra, you need to see this!" Econ's voice crackled through the speaker, tight with an emotion she couldn't quite place. She found him in the observation deck, his dark eyes fixed on the main view screen. "What is it?" she asked, following his gaze. The answer stole her breath away. The long-range sensors had detected a vast field of shimmering, translucent structures at the edge of their solar system, slowly approaching over the past few hours. "They're unlike anything we've ever seen," Econ said, his voice hushed with awe. "And they're accelerating towards us." Lyra's mind raced. "Have you alerted Earth?" Econ nodded. "Transmission sent, but it'll take hours for a response." As they watched, one of the structures detached from the group, flowing through space with impossible grace. It approached their station far faster than they'd anticipated, its surface rippling and reshaping itself. Econ's hand found hers, squeezing tightly. "What do we do?" Before Lyra could respond, a tendril of light extended from the entity, brushing against the station's hull. The entire structure shuddered. Alarms blared as systems began to fail. Lyra sprinted to the nearest terminal, her fingers flying over the keys. "It's interfacing with our computer somehow!" she shouted over the cacophony. "I can't lock it out!" The view screen flickered, then filled with a cascade of images and symbols. A wave of information flooded their minds through the station's neural interface, bypassing language entirely. "It's not an attack," she breathed. "It's an invitation." The entity was offering to uplift them, to transform their bodies and minds into something beyond human comprehension. Lyra saw visions of immortality, of consciousness expanded across the stars, of power beyond imagination. "We have to accept," Econ said, his eyes wide with wonder. "This is everything we've worked for, everything humanity has dreamed of." But as the images flowed through her mind, Lyra felt a creeping dread. The price of this transcendence was clear. They would leave behind everything that made them human. Their memories, their connections, their very essence would be consumed and transformed. "Wait," she said, her voice shaking. "We need to think about this. We can't just—" A scream tore through the air. Lyra whirled to see Econ on his knees, his body convulsing as tendrils of light burrowed into his skin. His eyes met hers, filled with a mixture of ecstasy and terror. "It's beautiful," he gasped. "Lyra, you have to join us, please." Lyra backed away, her heart pounding. She had seconds to decide. Embrace this alien evolution or fight to remain human. With trembling hands, she activated the station's emergency protocols. A containment field sprang up around Econ and the invading tendrils, temporarily halting their advance. Tears streamed down her face as she watched Econ's body begin to dissolve into pure energy, merging with the entity outside. As the station's systems fought against the intrusion, Lyra made her way to the escape pod, her mind racing. She couldn't destroy the station. It wouldn't be enough to stop these beings. But she could warn Earth, give humanity a chance to prepare. "I'm sorry," she whispered to Econ as she sealed herself in the pod. The small craft shot away from the station, its stealth systems engaging to mask its heat signature and trajectory. Through the view screen, Lyra watched as the entity engulfed the station entirely, transforming it into something alien and beautiful. As her pod entered cryosleep for the long journey home, Lyra's mind was filled with the weight of her choice. She had preserved her humanity, but at what cost? And how would Earth face the choice that now raced towards them? The pod streaked through the darkness, carrying its warning and the haunting promise of what might have been. Behind it, the field of entities continued their inexorable approach, a harvest of stars that would soon reach humanity's doorstep.